Welcome back to Potomac Reef. A lot has happened in the 3 months since the tank has been in operation. I've mostly finished construction, moved all my animals in. The world has gone upside down with a global pandemic, and I've joined all my aquatic animals in quarantine. I'm going to cover construction, operations, livestock, and some takeaways. Construction is mostly complete. I'm still awaiting my frag tank, a base cabinet, a permanent tray for the roller mat, and need to install a couple more dosing pumps. I installed the Deltec CRTT 3000 Twin Tech automatic calcium reactor. It's been working pretty well. When I installed it, I had a quick drop of pH, so I added an extra media reactor filled with more calcium carbonate media, and that has really stopped the drop of the pH, and it's holding much more steady now. All critical automations have been installed, including my automatic draining skimmer drain container, which holds the drain effluent from the skimmer and drains it once a day into my ejector pit. This allows protection for overflowing skimmers to still work. I built a nori holder out of some acrylic rod and a nori clip. It allows me to feed the tangs without having to use a magnet clipped to the glass. I don't get my hands wet, drips don't go everywhere, and when I'm done, it stores up in the light hood out of the way. I've installed swinging fish barriers on either side of the tank and a 3D printed holder for my salinity monitor down in the fish room. I installed towels all around the fish area and put an old iPad down in the fish room to help me control the local devices. Alkalinity is running at about 8.5 to 9.0 DKH as I've gotten the calcium reactor settled in. I've been adding magnesium chloride as needed to keep the numbers up at about 1350. Calcium's running right at around 450 to 500. I've been trying to maintain nitrate at about 5 parts per million using the Red Sea nitrite test kit, which I've used because it's pretty easy to read in that range. I've been trying to keep my phosphate at about 0.05 ppm. I've been struggling to do that, so I've been using some GFO to try to maintain it. Given the way the tank is running with pretty strong phosphate and light nitrate, I'm wondering if the fuge is going to be overly successful once I get it up and running. I've been running the 6 Radeon G5 blue lights at about 200 to 400 par. That's pretty turned down. I'm running a 12-hour photo period with about 8 hours of max intensity. As you can see, the lights are driving my temperature up and down every day about 1.5 degrees. I may need to get a fan for the summer months. I've been feeding nori, frozen cubes, and supplementing with my AFS. I've added a leopard wrasse, a blue throat trigger, a blotchy anthias, a gem tang, a purple tang, and a trio of square spot anthias on top of the fish that I already had. Unfortunately, my matted filefish had a bad encounter with an MP60, so I've had to replace him as well. The corals are doing okay so far. 2 of the 3 colonies of my Cali tort that I put in the tank RTN'd really suddenly, and you can see this picture here of one that didn't go all the way, so hopefully it will come back. I do have 1 colony that's still looking pretty solid. My purple stylo also really bleached out a bit, which is unfortunate. Hopefully at least one of those colonies comes back. Everything else is looking pretty good. I've added some hermits, some fighting conchs, a bunch of snails, so they're starting to do their job, picking over the rocks. But all in all, I would say the SPS colors have a ways to go. The LPS is looking solid. Overall, I've been really happy with how things have been going. Having the fish room has been fantastic. Being able to maintain things standing up is just so much better than having to crouch down and navigate the living room. The CADS roller mat has been amazing as well. I'm getting somewhere between 1 and 2 months between filter rolls, and that's doing a good job of keeping things clean. Removing the dirty roll is kind of a mess, so I'm thinking about building a high-speed unwinder that'll help make that maintenance a little bit more simple. The calcium reactor, also very good, but I'm trying to figure out how to control it more effectively with the Apex. It has an input that shuts off the feed pump, when the controller tells it to, so you can do things like shut it down during the night to try to flatten out your alkalinity. Having the Trident has been amazing, just totally hands-free, don't have to mess with it, and having those tests done every day is just really nice, and it frees up time to test things like phosphate and nitrate. I'm finding that I'm enjoying testing my water by the tank rather than in the fish room, given the delays that some of the tests require. Being able to be up in and around the family and in the tank is nice. At the suggestion of Parker's Reef, I went and got an automatic pipette. That thing is fantastic. It allows you to set it either at 5 or 10 milliliters of water and instantly grab and dispense that water without having to worry about lighting and being able to see the fine gradations. So things have been coming along. Having space on either side of the tank has been great, and I've really enjoyed how things have been going. In conclusion, everyone, thanks for watching today. Please don't forget to subscribe to Potomac Reef and hit like if you enjoyed this. Thanks very much, and happy reefing.